Hi again, Doug here from X-Frames FPV, and today I've got a final thoughts video. Well, this one's been sitting in the in the box for a while because we did a build-out video of it quite a few months ago, and got to building it, and the actual motor mounts were wrong. So this was purchased from Rotoroious FPV, which is over on the other side of the pond in the UK. And so it took a while to get here, and then there's other things that became more of a priority for this customer. So we got this built for him yesterday and flew it. And I gotta say, this is a fun little micro FPV, and I pretty much probably say that about most of them. As long as they're don't have any issues with video or anything, I'm gonna enjoy them. This is from Rotorious FPV. This is their Puck 96 is what it is. And they sent us two sets, which was nice, of the motor mounts, black and red. And we just thought, well, we'll do both, since kind of give you a little bit of orientation in the sky if you're flying line of sight. Not a lot, because this thing's so small, it doesn't take much elevation. Let's look at some of the components here. The motors, well, these are from Micro Motor Warehouse. These are the Dark Edition 8.5s, and these are a really good motor. You know, I think they're definitely, they may not be the best out there, but they're definitely one of the best out there, in my opinion. And this thing has lots of power. I might try later on to update with another video that shows flight footage. Right now, the flight footage that I'm getting from my goggles is so bad that it's just unusable. So, and I apologize for the noise in the background. It is wash day, so we've got the washer going in the shop/garage here at X-Frames FPV. We do a lot of things around here. So 8.5 motors. This is the Beef Brushed Edition flight controller. And then for receiver, we ran this is the Lemon RX, and that's a Spectrum receiver. This gentleman's got a DX6, I believe, and so he's going to run that in here. Issues. Did we have any issues building it? You know, no real issues. The flight controller does require, it doesn't have a USB, so you've got to use the STM132, I don't know, some kind of dongle to connect it. My customer had sent that with this, so that wasn't a problem. But it's something we're not really used to, having these pins sticking out rather than a USB connection. We had a couple of little issues with getting the thing. The thing comes with base flight, and had a couple issues getting it, the firmware reflashed, and but nothing really big. So this is a great flight controller. It works really well with these motors. And let's get a weight here. I'll show you kind of the weight of this thing. Weight boots up. Now I got to tell you, I was kind of expecting it to be lighter than it is. Spoiler alert. It's 43 grams. So my whoop, I can never say whoop without putting a big emphasis on p. I don't know why, so I'm sorry. Good thing I've got a pop filter. Without the pop filter, it'd have been brutal. Well, obviously the whoop's going to be lighter. It's right at 27 grams. But let's compare it to some of the others here. This is my son's, I believe is this the QX80? Maybe the QX90. That's 40 grams. So it's actually heavier than my son's is. And my son's is on the lighter side. I think it's right in there with the QX95. We've got a Storm 101 here. Let's take a look at it. And it's lighter. So this is definitely not something that I would say is light. It's not heavy either. It's probably, I would say, average for this size of a micro FPV. I'm just trying to see here what the camera model is. I think it's a 797. Yeah, this is the 797 from Foxier, and nice little 3D printed mount for it there. Let's see if we can get that thing in focus. That's the problem. If I don't look at the camera and I look at the actual drone itself, we have issues. So I need to look at the camera. Give you a nice look at it here. Got these nice standoffs. Gets the camera up out of the range of the prop, so you no longer have a problem with the props being in the view of the camera. You could, if you wanted to, drop this down. If you wanted to get rid of these standoffs, you could, and just mount it right on top of, move the VTX back or the receiver back and mount it right on top of the flight controller like we do on the Whoop, and that would be fine and get some weight out of there. But then you would see the props in the picture, and so that's why this is this way. So, all in all, I'm really happy with it. It's fairly firm. It's got a little flex, but they all do. And it flew like right off the bat, boom. Flew really stable. That's one of the things that I like to see with these micros is how stable are they right off the bat. And, you can tune them and get them where you need to be, but this one was already tuned and ready to go. So, that's a nice thing also about Beef is they do give you a lot of information. You go to their website and the Beef flight controller, and not BEEF, like as in cow, right? But they give you information. They even give you some suggested PID tunings, and so that kind of helps you out. Gives you some things that you need to put in clean in CLI if you're running clean flight or base flight or beta flight. So that's about it. This is a fun one. I like the design. I like the layout. I think it's going to be really good and durable. I like how they mount the motors, especially. It protects the motors. I mean, look how protected these motors are in here. It's not going to have any issues in any of the crash scenarios. And so that's about it. Thanks, guys. Thanks for watching my channel. Subscribe, like. If you want to get alerts on when my videos get posted, there's a little bell right next to the subscribe button, and that'll let you know when I get videos posted. Check out my website, xframesfpv.com, and I hope you get some time to fly.